Hi everybody and welcome to the Clearview channel. My name's Charles. I'm the founder of Clearview. This is obviously the first video, so what I wanted to jump on and do is first of all give everybody an overview as to why I built Clearview, what Clearview actually does and how it could benefit you and your business. And then secondly, I also wanted to jump in with a quick screen share just to show you where we're currently at with the platform. Now, it's been a year coming since I had the idea for Clearview. It was back in March 2025. I'd spent the best part of 15 years working for startups, helping them go to market, building sales teams. And then I went away and set up my own sales and marketing agency where we focus primarily on helping independent businesses, local businesses, generate more visibility and more customers through the door. That eventually did turn into a full 360 agency where we were covering everything from SEO, website design, all the way through to social media management, email marketing, and Google and Meta ads. Now, the idea for Clearview came because when I was trying to grow my agency, I kept finding that I was struggling to scale. And a big part of that was the fact that we needed so many tools in order to help grow a business that it kind of got a little bit confusing. So if you think about your average business right now on the street, they'll have a website, they'll have Facebook, Instagram pages, they may do email marketing, the founder or the owner might have a LinkedIn page. And then within those different channels, you've got different dashboards and analytics for each channel, which tell you how you're performing. Now, the difficult thing is when you're dealing with too many channels and having to jump from one dashboard to the next, the work, it's so manual, it takes up so much of your time. A lot of business owners and teams actually don't tend to do everything that they need to do. So I thought to myself, there's got to be a better way to actually do this. And that's where the idea from Clearview came in. So when I would look at a dashboard, let's say if I logged onto my Instagram and I looked at my professional dashboard, it would show me how many views, how many comments, how many likes I've got. It'd give me the general insights, but it wouldn't tell me what to do next. And I found when I was running the agency that customers would come to me and they would ask me to run their ads, for example, to generate more leads. But the basic structure, the fundamentals, the organic growth, the organic search, their visibility in the online world was pretty much zero. So just taking a lot of money off them to run ads didn't sit right with me, which is why a lot of the time I felt I used to consult quite a lot and try to educate and to train business owners on what they needed to do. But even doing that, it would take me a week to get all of the audits done, all of the reports together, understand it, and then create a version of which the owner or the person who I'll be talking to, the client, would actually be able to understand, digest, and then be able to say, yes, okay, let's go here, here, and here. So I wanted to simplify everything. And the issue that we currently have in the marketing world is, although we may use multiple different channels, there are multiple different tools in order to help us work our way around these channels. And what you tend to find there is you tend to find a company which will have more than 7 tools. When we ran our market research, I think the average company had around 21 different tools that they were using internally just for the sales and marketing purposes. And that means that you've got 21 different subscriptions, data still fragmented all over the place, and you're still having to use a lot of manual work and manual labor to pull all of the analytics and data in order to give your monthly report, so you can beg the higher up, so you can decide where you want the budget to go for the following month or the following year, depending on how you're doing it. So what we've done with Clearview is we've simplified the whole process. So our ethos is clarity, simplicity, results. So we give you the clarity around how you're performing online. We simplify that data so it's understandable. And then we'll also give you the tools that you need in order to generate the results. For example, when we run an audit, we'll be able to tell you exactly where your strengths and weaknesses are. We'll give you a health score, and then we'll tell you what you need to do to improve it. So if you're a business owner that's watching this video that doesn't have any idea about doing SEO on the website or doesn't know anything about Google business profiles, this will tell you exactly what to do and how to do it. And if you can't do it, or you don't want to learn how to do it, then you're able to come to us directly and use one of our trusted partners, one of our founding users, in order to implement them for you as well. But the whole ethos is for businesses to take control back of their online business. And one thing that I've realized massively over the past 15 years is a lot of businesses do not have control of it. They outsource it to agencies who take full control. They don't really have any oversight or any understanding of what's happening. An agency may say, okay, this is what you need to do. This is where you need to spend your money. And oftentimes, I don't know if you've been in that box, but I certainly have in the early days. I would bring in a third party to implement something, and I wouldn't get the results that they promised. So they oversold and underdelivered. So then I cancelled it and I moved on. So the platform really is to help business owners, but also marketing agencies to actually give that clarity to their clients, give them the oversight so that they can see in real time the improvements that are being made on the platform. So I'll stop rambling now. I hope that's a clear enough overview for you. In terms of what Clearview actually does. So it's one platform that pulls all of your data and analytics from every single channel that you're currently using right now into our platform. It will then run an audit and it will highlight the areas that you're doing really well, the areas that need improvement, and then it will tell you exactly what you need to do in order to improve it. But the best thing about it is it gives you a health score. So everything's rated out of 100. So what you're able to do is you're able to look at the dashboard and you'll be able to see exactly what you need to start working on and improving. So what I'll do now is I'll just quickly share my screen and I'll run you through what we currently have. We're around about 4 to 5 weeks away from fully launching the platform and going to market. And I'll explain a little bit about what we're including later on whilst I'm doing the demo so you can see it firsthand. So this is the Clearview dashboard. Myself, I've been set up as an agency where I can manage multiple clients within one view. However, if you are a business owner and you were just logging on to the platform for yourself, this is what you would see. So this is the main dashboard. So at the top here, it will give you your overall health score across all your different channels. It will also break down a little bit of the SEO, AEO, GEO. For those of you that don't know what AEO, GEO is, it's how you appear on AI searches. It will also give you a highlighted view of your Google business profile, whether it's connected or not. And it will also give you a highlighted view of your current performance at the moment. Now, as you can see, we do have other different columns here, which are socials and outreach, which I will go into later on when I go through the insights tab, because it'll be a lot easier to explain and to run through. But this gives you a good overview of how you're currently performing on search. So when we say search, what we mean is if somebody goes onto Google or they are searching for a specific product or service, these are the channels that you mainly use in order to appear higher on those searches. So we're talking about your website and your SEO performance. We're talking about AI searches. We're talking about Google business profiles. And then we've also have your Google Analytics, which sit within that as well, which bring all of that data together. Now, you can use these buttons here to click on each individual report. But for the sake of today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump straight into the actual reports themselves so you can see firsthand what they look like and how they work. So if we click on your search insights, and I will click on Clearview and use ourselves as an example. So you can see here that this has ran an audit on our whole website. Now, our page speed at the moment isn't actually working that well. We're at 38 out of 100, which is classed as poor. So that tells me that we definitely need to work on the page speed. However, our SEO is at 92, which is good. Accessibility at 91, and our best practices are at 61. So that also needs improvement. So Bear it in mind, we will be improving these closer to the launch. However, I wanted to just keep it as natural as possible, just to show you all what a okay audit looks like. Now, we can go down and scroll in. I need to connect the AI readiness summary yet, but we can scroll down and look at each individual area all in one section. But what I'm going to do for today's call is I'm going to show you at the top here that we broke it down in each individual section. So for example, it will bring in and show you our backlink health. If we look at our SEO, what's highlighted as amber or red means that it needs some work. So our meta tags, they also need some work. The header structure needs some work. However, our keyword density is pretty good. Usability, mobile. So this is how you are appearing on the mobile, whether your mobile friendliness, mobile compatibility. It will also show you the mobile view, and it will give you the page speed insights for the mobile. We then have the different technologies and analytics that are in the back end of the website. Social data, it will bring that in from the website as well, but also the link analysis. Now, this is just a quick overview. So we're actually going to be updating the SEO audits over the next couple of weeks. So this is going to change massively, and it's going to give you a lot more information. But if we just click back out of here, I can also pull up our AEO Geo score, and let me choose Clearview. So you can see here, it will give me a total score of 60 out of 100 in terms of how we're appearing on AI searches. The best part about the platform is not only will it break down the strengths and the weaknesses, but it will also give you keyword and blog ideas, content analysis. So it breaks down each individual page that you can look at, and it shows you the recommendations that you need to implement, and it will rank that either high, medium, or low. There are also other recommendations in here, such as SEO issues and fixes, content improvement, AI strategy directives, and then finally, you've got the author page as well, which is sat within the AI searches. So all of this information are things that you can actually work through and start to improve on a slow basis if you wish to. We also have our Google business profile, which is connected. So if we click on here, we'll be able to see, how many phone calls we've got this week, how many direction requests, website clicks, profile views, and the whole performance. And it'll also show you how people have discovered you. So what are people using? For example, the majority for us currently is Google search on the desktop, not necessarily on the mobile. And the least one is Google Maps on the mobile as well. We've also got our search terms in here. So these are what people are actually searching and how we've appeared on these search terms. We've appeared on these searches. And then last but not least, we've got the history sat in the background. But because we've not run any audits, it's not pulling up any of the history. So that's what's currently available on the platform, which is our starter pack at the moment. That does also include Google Analytics. So let me just double check to see if that has been connected. Should have been. Perfect. So you can see here that all of our Google Analytics have come through into this one platform, and we can break down with the overview, marketing, sales, users, geography, history. And then what's going to be happening within the second phase is we're going to be bringing in our social insights. So over the next 4 weeks before we actually launch and go to market, we're going to bring in all of the data behind Meta, LinkedIn, but also email marketing. So as you can see here, just on the platform, we've got email marketing, which is coming soon. We can't actually click on that right now. And this is also going to include the ads. So it'll be broken down into the insights tab into 4 different sections. You'll have your search insights, your social insights, your ad insights, and your Google Analytics. And then, 5, email marketing. Now, one of the good things about the platform, what we wanted to do is instead of people logging on, running the audits, and then going through each audit individually, that can also take up a lot of time. So anything that has been highlighted within the audit that needs attention, whether that's a slow, a low, medium, or high, that will bring into our audit issues tab. Now, I do want to just search for Clearview. So as you can see here with Clearview, we've got a total of 27 issues that need fixing. And when we look at these issues themselves, whether you've got a team or you're just a solo entrepreneur, you can assign them to team members. But when you actually click into it and view the issues, it will give you the recommended steps. You'll be able to add all of the website credentials within that as well. So that if you are sending it over to a team member, they don't necessarily have to keep asking you for the login details or access to the website. Everything will be securely within our platform. You also have the activity log where you can write comments and you can attach certain files so you can communicate internally within the platform. And as soon as something's added to the activity log, it will automatically send an email to whatever person is dealing with that specific problem. At the top right-hand corner, you can update the status: in progress, completed, dismissed, or assigned. And you can also add different assignees to the actual platform itself within this area as well. If you are a solopreneur and you do want any help or support on implementing any of the work, you can always click on the need help button. That will take you directly through to our calendar where you can speak to one of our support staff, and we'll be able to let you know exactly what we can do to help you, or whether or not we can just go away and implement it for you. Another cool thing that I want to show you about the platform. So what we are going to be releasing is our content engine. So once we've audited every single channel and we've collected all of these data and analytics, and we've highlighted your strengths, your weaknesses, we know what posts work, we know what's currently trending in the market. Instead of you thinking every week, what should I post about, or just posting about random things and not necessarily having a strategy, you can actually create content based on the data that we pull in. Now, you don't have to go down that route. There are 7 other different opportunities for you to create content within the platform. But within our content engine, we do have a recommendations tab, and that will break down everything that you need to do and why you need to do it. But most importantly, it will predict how it will perform. So you could potentially create a post across all your different channels in our platform. It will tell you that it will perform maybe 79 out of 100. That might not be good enough for you. And then it would recommend other things that you want to post about, that you should be posting about around that topic, and the wordings that you could be using, and it will give you a higher score level. And what that's going to mean for a business is it's just going to mean when you are posting, it's going to get more views, more likes, more comments, and more visibility for your specific business or for your specific topic, product, service that you're currently offering and talking about there. So that's a quick overview of how the platform currently is at the moment. If anybody does have any questions, I know we've got our link in the description. So you can contact us on Instagram, LinkedIn, probably not Facebook, but the link's in there anyway. And yeah, feel free to reach out to us. Like I said, we're around 5 weeks away from launch. Once we have launched, we are definitely going to market fully. So and the reason why I say that is because we did a pre-launch back in October last year. And that pre-launch, we had a very successful first month where we onboarded 100 users to the platform. And those 100 users all provided us with feedback on what needs to change, the look, the feel, all types of things. And we've actually spent the past 6 months working on making those improvements before we start to implement any other features within the platform. But thank you all for listening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We will be talking about quite a lot of other different things within the platform. So not only the features and the updates about how the tool's going on and any new releases, I also want to be talking to everybody about the do's and don'ts around marketing, things that you should be paying for, things that you shouldn't be paying for. And then last but not least, I really like to take you all on a journey on how it is being a solopreneur trying to build a software platform within the industry. So there's a lot of positives, a lot of negatives, but we want to be as transparent as we can. So thank you all for watching. click that subscribe button, and we'll see you all soon. Bye bye.